The weekend is here and rest is near. Friday, Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. My name is Wally Scott. Welcome on the show. Now, like we said earlier on the show, a few weeks ago and up until last week, the Nigeria's cricket team are actually in Rwanda right now for the T20 Cricket World Cup qualifiers. And we have our own Seun Ajidagba live in Rwanda covering them, and we want to know how far our boys have gone so far in the competition. Seun Ajidagba, good morning.
You might say good morning, Wally Scott, but in Swahili and from the city of 1,000 hills and mountains, we greet ourselves Muramutse.
Say that again.
Muramutse.
Wow. Okay, how far in Rwanda, first though? Let's start with them. How well are our boys doing?
Well, we played 4 matches and we have lost all 4 matches. The competition started on Wednesday at the Gahanga Cricket Stadium where Nigeria took on Tanzania, a team that gained promotion from Qualifier B among teams like Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Mozambique and Botswana. Nigeria batted first and we scored 114 runs for loss of 9 wickets in 20 overs. For Nigerian side, our top performer was Ashimi Shrestha, who scored 26 runs off 30 balls, followed by Isaac Okpe, who had 22 runs, Seun Ajidagba had 17 runs, and Captain Sylvester Okpe had 18 runs. In the first innings, for the bowling side, which is Tanzania, Sanjay Kumar Tako had 4 overs, 1 maiden, 14 runs, and 3 wickets. And at the end of the day, they finished in 13.1 overs. 117 runs Tanzania scored and they just lost 4 wickets. Ivan Selemani had 21 runs. Kazim Nasoro had 31 runs, which included 3 4s and 1 6, and he played a knockout. Same as their captain, Abi Patwa, who had 36 runs off 24 balls. For the player of the match, for the first game at the Gahanga Cricket Stadium, he went to Tanzanian bowler Sanjay Kumar Tako. In the afternoon game on Wednesday, Nigeria took on Uganda. Uganda batted first, scored 147 runs for loss of 9 wickets in 20 overs. Dinesh Nakrami, an Indian who decided to play for Uganda, scored 37 runs not out, which included 4 4s and 2 6s off 22 balls. We also had Simon Sesazai contributing 19 runs and Fred Achelam adding 14 runs. Peter Aho 2 wickets, same as Sylvester Okpe. But as at the 9.2 overs in the second innings, heavens came down, that is, rain started falling, and Nigeria was on 50 runs for loss of 2 wickets. Ademola Onikoyi had already posted 28 runs not out. And after several minutes, the umpires and the match commissioner and the 2 captains, Sylvester Okpe from Nigeria and Brian Masaba from Uganda, had to walk into the pitch and they felt that the condition was unplayable. So they had to award the game to Uganda through the Duckworth-Lewis method. And what I mean by Duckworth-Lewis method is Nigeria, as at 9.2 overs, were on 50 runs for 2. But in the first innings, when Uganda batted, as at 9.2 overs, they were on 62. So they looked at it that they were 12 runs ahead of Nigeria at that moment. So they awarded the game to them. But the player of the match went to Dinesh Nakrami. The man I said had 37 runs not out. Action resumed yesterday morning at the IPRC ground. IPRC is an acronym for Integrated Polytechnic Regional College Cricket Ground. Nigeria took on Kenya. We batted first, Nigeria. We scored 130 runs for loss of 6 wickets in 20 overs. Seun Ajidagba, top performer, 46 runs, all 50 balls, which included 3 4s and 2 6s. Followed by Isaac Okpe, who had 25 runs. Joshua Ayonaike contributed 20 runs. But Alex Obanda was the star performer. He had 103 runs not out, which included 9 4s and 8 6s. That's the first century to be scored in this tournament. Fantastic batting performance
now,
from Alex Obanda.
Seun, quickly before I let you go on the show, our boys, everything was looking up. Everything was looking very positive. They are very young. They are doing very well. What would you say is the reason why we couldn't win any match in the qualifier so far? What could be the problem?
You have identified one of the problems. When I was speaking with the president yesterday afternoon at the ground, he said he's excited about the young side because in our team, we are the youngest in this tournament. We have 5 under-19 players. We even have a player in that team called Ridwan Abdulkarim. He is just 16 years of age. And most of those teams from Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya have more playing experience, even more than the age of some of our players. You can imagine a player in Kenya, Collins Obuya, having close to 30 years of cricket experience. And so you want to say that we are an emerging side, and the president has said he likes the learning process, that in the next 2 years, Nigeria will be among the top playing African countries. The reason they are beating Nigeria is just by fine margins. And he has identified about 7 players who he said are going to go to South Africa in an academy where they will be there for several months. He has also said 12 of these players will be put on professional contracts to get them committed. They are making sure that there are several top wickets around the country, and they want to get about 250,000 children in a year playing the game of cricket across the federation. So they said they are working their socks up. They are not looking at this result. They are looking at futuristically, and that's all that matters to them.
So we should be celebrating now and not feeling sad. It's more of the experience than the win at this point.
Like I told you, injury has not also helped us. Our captain Sylvester Okpe has a shoulder problem. Segun Olayinka also has a shoulder problem. Rashid Abolani, our Nigerian opening bowler, has a knee problem. So these are things that also affected us. But the president has said we are not making excuses for the loss. We are learning from this loss. And the reason we are losing those games are by fine margins. Quickly, Wale, after 2 days of competitive game with 4 matches played, Uganda have won 3 matches and lost 1. The only game they lost was against Kenya. Kenya have also won 3 matches and lost 1. The only game they lost was against Tanzania. Tanzania have won 2 matches and lost 2, while Nigeria have lost all 4. Today is rest day, and action resumes tomorrow for the last 2 rounds of matches. In the morning at 9:45 p.m. The Rwandan time, 8:45 a.m. Nigerian time, Uganda will take on Tanzania at the Gahanga Cricket Stadium, and at the IPRC Stadium, Nigeria will take on Kenya in the morning. In the afternoon is a fight to finish. Uganda will take on Kenya 1:45 p.m. Rwandan time, 12:45 p.m. Nigerian time. And Nigeria will take on Tanzania at the IPRC Stadium. So that is how things have been at the regional final of ICC Men's T20 World Cup Africa Qualifier in Rwanda.
Seun Ajidagba, thank you very much for joining us today, this morning, all the way from Kigali, Rwanda. Thank you very much.
Well, all the way from Inyamutarama, Gazabo, Kigali, this has been Seun Ajidagba reporting for PlusTvAfrica, Channel 408, and the program is Plus Sports.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. God bless all the production crew. I love you guys all.
Thank you very much.
Again,
we love you. We love you too. Thank you very much. Yes, Seun Ajidagba, all the way from Kigali, Rwanda, for PlusTvAfrica, as he says. Okay, now when we're trying to get Stanley Ikau on the show via phone call, we'll talk about Rohr. Now, pressure continues to mount on the Nigeria Football Federation to sack Super Eagles head coach Rohr. Now, Rohr's tactics in recent times have angered fans, stakeholders, and ex-internationals who have clamored for the dismissal of the Franco-German as Eagles coach. Now, on Tuesday against Cape Verde in their Qatar 2022 World Cup Group C final qualifier fixture at the Testing Balogun Stadium in Lagos, the Eagles put up an underwhelming performance as the team survived a nervy finish to the encounter, with the visitors embarking on a late onslaught. But it was too little, too late, as the Eagles qualified for the playoffs as group winners. Immediately after the game, fans were left unconvinced by the performance of the team and Rohr's conservative approach, and once again called for the sack of the Franco-German tactician. The chief whip of the Senate and former governor of Abia State, Senator Orji Uzor Kalu, on Thursday wrote on his Facebook page that Rohr was not good enough and should be replaced. Former England striker of Nigerian descent, John Fashanu, also said Rohr should have been sacked a long time ago. Atlanta 96 Olympic gold medalist Abiodun Obafemi added, "This is not the first time we have been saying this, and when I say we, I am referring to football-loving Nigerians. Rohr has not added anything to the Eagles since he took over." Now, reacting to the calls from fans and stakeholders, the NFF had a crucial meeting to decide the future of the Eagles coach. Now, President, Nigeria Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, has hinted that there are possibilities that Super Eagles coach Gernot Rohr can be sacked. He, however, said that no such decision had been taken yet. Don't know if I have Stanley Kawu on the phone yet.
Wale, good morning.
Good morning, Stanley.
Very well, Wale, good morning. It's a pleasure joining you guys once again.
Yeah. Sam Soje was with us yesterday on the show, and he says, as far as it's concerned, absolutely, Gernot Rohr should be sacked. John Fashanu should have been on the show this morning. For some reason, he couldn't make it. He says he should be sacked. Senator Orji Uzokalu has come out to say, listen, the guy is not adding anything to the Super Eagles. He should go. What's your take, Stanley?
Very simple. First, I think Gernot Rohr.
Why? Hello, Stanley. Okay, I think network. But last thing I heard him say was that, first of all, I think Gernot Rohr should go. Hello, Stanley. Do I have you back? Okay, we lost. Well, we didn't lose him. He's not online right now. We'll try and get him back on the phone. We'll try to do that. Now, two-time NBA MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo scored a game-high 47 points as the Milwaukee Bucks came out of 109-102 winners over the Los Angeles Lakers at the Fiserv Forum in the NBA. Now, the Greek Freak dominated under the basket, pulling in 9 rebounds and providing 3 assists. To remember for Chris Middleton, after missing 8 games due to COVID-19, he equaled the franchise record for career three-pointers by grabbing his 1,051st two-match Ray Allen.
Giannis, what Giannis can't do. I have appreciation for some dudes with some little bounce in their step. Speaking of bounce, Giannis! He did that right there.
Lakers back up by 1. Giannis inside, jump hook, dominant. Holiday with a quick push. Lakers back in transition. Finds Giannis with the slam. High scoring affair, 59-53. Giannis with a little get back. He looks over.
I had a jump hook. Okay. The sky hook is just, it wasn't in my game. And I had more to ISO ball again and then don't get anything.
Davis leaks out. Giannis coming hard. Davis caught a body and was looking for a call. Won't get one.
That says a lot about Giannis. Doesn't care. It's a little.
Connaughton temporarily stops the hemorrhaging. Horton tuck and man. A bunch of those by Ray, didn't we?
You see it.
Some of us closer than others.
Yes, sir.
Middleton, and there it is.
There it is. Make them pay for that switch in the paint.
Gotcha. Antetokounmpo, the jump hook. Davis switches on to him. Looking for the mismatch with Giannis inside. They find it. Hit. 1. Count it.
Too little.
Giannis. Stanley, welcome.
Yeah, Wale,
You were talking about Gernot Rohr, saying definitely he needs to go.
well, it needs to go, but I think at the right time. I must say that we have just less than 2 months to the AFCON in Cameroon, and you bring in a new coach now. I think it will alter a whole lot of things. Now, this is the point. I feel after the Nations Cup, a decision should be taken. Whether it is or not, they start or they are about sacking Gernot Rohr, or they are intending to sack Gernot Rohr, I think the bottom line is eventually he needs to leave, or he would leave at the end of the day. But then it should be at the proper time, at the right time. And even while they are on that, they should be also on the lookout for a better replacement. And I remember Uzo Carlos said something that when he was.
Okay, I think I once again the network is still working on. But however, he says we should not sack Gernot Rohr yet. We know for one that there's a clause in his contract that says if we sack him, we are going to pay him over 100 million naira if we sack him. So we have to convince him to resign by himself, you know. And Amaju Pinnick, the NFF president, has said, listen, we just can't sack this guy. We just might sack him. But when should we sack him? Stanley Kawu has said, listen, no, you sack him, yes, he has to go, but not now. Let him finish whatever it is he's doing, good or bad, and then we can think of a replacement in the nearest future, but not now. So I don't know if I have Stanley Kawu back, but he was talking about him not sacking him yet, not just yet. Hello, Stanley. Okay, now the United States is considering a diplomatic boycott of the Beijing Olympics. Now, President Joe Biden confirmed yesterday a move that will be aimed at protesting China's human rights practices. A diplomatic boycott will mean that a delegation of U.S. officials will not attend the opening of the Beijing Winter Olympics in February. Governments typically send a high-ranking delegation of diplomats to opening ceremonies in a show of international support for the thousands of athletes from around the world who participate. The 2022 Winter Olympics run from February 4th to 20th. Now, activists and some members of Congress from both parties have been pressing the Biden administration to diplomatically boycott the event. The U.S. government accuses China of carrying out a genocide against the Muslim ethnic groups in its western Ningyan region, accusations that Beijing denies.
The Prime Minister, we've been good friends for a while, but it's nice to have him here in the White House. We've had a lot of meetings around the country, around the world. We've been with each other, half a dozen times almost. So,
sir, do you support a diplomatic boycott of the Beijing Olympics?
Something we're considering.
What about?
We're contributing a significant amount of vaccines, no strings attached, and we also think we should be building back in a more significant, more environmentally friendly way.
Like the story simply says, a diplomatic boycott means that America might not be represented diplomatically. But of course, the team will be there, they will compete, and they will try and win. And of course, it's because of the Uyghur region, the Muslims in China, who have been, different things have been done to them. And of course, America says this is all wrong. What I thought initially was that America will not go at all. But they will be there, they will compete, there will just not be any diplomatic presence from the country. Defending champion Daniel Medvedev struggled past Yannick Sinner 6-love, 6-7, 5-7, 6-8 at the ATP finals yesterday. Now, world number 2 Medvedev, already through to the last 4, appeared to be heading for a crushing victory over Sinner when he romped through the first set 6-love. But Sinner, who replaced Italian compatriot Matteo Berrettini in the draw, changed tactics in the second set and delighted the Rankers' home crowd when his attacking net play allowed him to draw level at 1-set-all.
Nel gioco, prima partita, Medvedev.
Now, before this match, my head told me Medvedev would win, really. But I wanted young Yannick Sinner to make it happen. But Medvedev actually got the first set easy, 6-love. And then Sinner came back from nowhere, changed his tactics, and he almost came back. But Medvedev, experience and all that made it happen for him. Yannick Sinner still has many more years to go. Now, today is the 19th, Friday, November 2021. Now, Sunday, November 21st, marks a year to go until the opening match of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, with the tournament played for the first time in a northern hemisphere, winter rapidly taking shape. Now, the opening match is due to take place in the 60,000 capacity Al Bayat Stadium on November 21st next year. Kickoff will no doubt come as some relief to organizers as the sport takes center stage, shifting the limelight away from the numerous off-pitch issues, such as labor rights for migrant workers that have surrounded the event. Now, given Qatar is the smallest country in size, 11,600 kilometers, to host the World Cup, and as all the stadiums are situated in and around the capital Dubai, Doha, supporters can attend multiple games on the same day. Two more, the Ras Abu Aboud Stadium and Al Bayat, will be inaugurated during the Arab Cup, a dress rehearsal event which starts on November 30th and finishes a year to the day before the World Cup final on December 18th. The Ras Abu Aboud Stadium will be used for 7 matches at the tournament, primarily in the group stages, before its unique shipping container build is set to be dismantled and sent abroad, with rebuilding another 40,000-seater stadium or 2 smaller 20,000 capacity stadiums among the options. The last arena to be finished is the Lusail Stadium, the venue for the final. Organizers say it should be completed next month, with its first test event scheduled for January. Qatar's labor system has also been strongly criticized. Brazil and Argentina will be there, while the first European group qualification phase is over, with holders France sailing through. Uruguay could be a notable absentee, given their poor form in the qualifications, while the last 2 European champions, Italy and Portugal, must negotiate a tricky 12-team European playoff system to compete in the finals.
Human rights and protection of human rights at the international level is a top priority for FIFA. We enshrined it, and again, we were probably the first in our statutes. We put it as a condition in our bidding processes for all our competitions, and wherever we go around the world, we are, of course, highlighting the need for protecting human rights. When it comes to the situation in Qatar, in particular, I think we need to be fair there as well and admit that a lot of progress has happened. A lot of progress in the conditions of the workers. Of course, more can be done everywhere, always.
This is not just a 28-day tournament. This is not just a football tournament. This is a milestone, one milestone within our country and our region's story. It's one milestone within our timeline. And we're trying to utilize it to the maximum benefit possible to ensure that we leave a lasting legacy.
We will see the best World Cup ever in November, December 2022 in Qatar. The best World Cup ever means a World Cup with full stadiums. I am 100% sure about that. Human rights and protection of human rights.
Giannis Infantino says we will see the best World Cup ever in 2022 in Qatar. And the good thing is the stadiums are all around the same place. You can actually watch all the matches in all the stadiums physically by same time. As in, you can actually just walk around. It's not too far from each other. And of course, the stadium will be dismantled. The 40,000 will be dismantled, taken abroad, rearranged to either a different shape or 20,000 capacity each. That's how big technology has come. Qatar 2022, the World Cup. And Giannis Infantino, from his mouth, he says it will be the best World Cup ever, based on fan and spectators and all that. He says it's the best ever. Let's wait for that. Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa. Thank you very much, Seun Ajidagba, reporting live from Kigali, Rwanda, during the Cricket T20 World Cup qualifiers going on right now. Like you heard, Nigeria has lost all 4 games. They have one more game tomorrow. Of course, today's rest day in Rwanda, but we have no chances to qualify for the World Cup, at least not yet. We have a young team. We have days to go, okay? And of course, thank you very much, Stanley Kawu, for talking about Rohr. And of course, how we should let him, well, Ikawu says we should stay till after the Nations Cup and then we can let him go, okay? Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. Join us on Plus Sports Special tomorrow 11 to 12 on Saturday. My name is Wally Scott. Like I always advise you at the end of every show, if not for anything, at least for your heart, do some sports.